The West has been caught in a glaring contradiction. While standing with Ukraine against Russia's invasion, it has quietly been funding Moscow's war chest through the very lifeblood of energy. For nearly 3 years since the invasion, Russian gas has flowed into Europe through a Ukrainian pipeline. This has funneled billions into Kremlin's coffers, even as taxpayers in the UK and elsewhere poured aid into Ukraine. But this bizarre arrangement has finally been severed. On New Year's Day, Ukraine slammed the door shut on the pipeline, signaling a long overdue end to what many are calling a betrayal of Western sanctions. So, why was it allowed to function for so long? The answer lies in a 1991 agreement between Ukraine and Gazprom. Under this contract, Ukraine earned around £700 million annually in transit fees for delivering Russian gas to Eastern Europe. Countries like Hungary, Slovakia, and Austria continue to benefit from this arrangement, with Russia receiving an estimated £4 billion annually until the deal expired at the end of 2024. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky made it clear his country would no longer allow Russia to earn additional billions on our blood. But here's the bigger question: how effective have Western sanctions against Russia really been? Despite embargoes, black market sales of Russian oil and gas to Europe have flourished. Meanwhile, Moscow has strengthened energy ties with nations like China and India. Even though these sales come at a lower prices, they've helped prop up the Russian economy, thwarting efforts to cripple it. Europe, for its part, has significantly reduced its reliance on Russian energy. Countries now depend more on piped gas from Norway and LNG imports from Qatar and the United States. But not all nations are faring well. Moldova, Slovakia, and Austria are likely to face steep price hikes following the pipeline closure. And what about the UK? British households are still grappling with sky-high energy bills, some of the most expensive in Europe. Energy costs are now 50% higher than pre-pandemic levels. The crisis comes at a time when pensioners are losing winter fuel allowances and temperatures are set to plummet across the continent. So, as Europe adjusts to life without Russian gas, tough questions remain. How did this dependency last so long? And will the West ever be able to fully hold Moscow accountable?